welcome back to Fairview Farm. It is October the 19th and I have got hold of a new piece of kit that is going to help our our barley to grow even better. You call it wheat because we put wheat in this year, but of course last year, but of course it's barley that we've got in this year. And I have these rollers here. I went to pick them up from one of the other farms. They didn't need them anymore. Oh, getting these. Yeah, let's see if we can move this around. They can be a little bit funky sometimes with these connectors. There we are. Let's maneuver the tractor a little bit more. Sometimes it's difficult to get things into the right spot. There we go. Let's hook that up and hook all of those up. And then away we go. So this should allow us to roll our fields fairly well. You can see here the construction crews or the demolition crews been hard at work. That entire shed has gone now. They're filling up their man truck at the moment with a whole load of rubble. So yeah, nicely full of rubble at the moment. So this should all be cleared up in the next few days. And I think we're going to be looking at some foundations and things being laid next month in November, which is brilliant. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. All in all, things are beginning to move a little bit swiftly here. I think by the time we come back in the spring, because I'm not going to do a lot of vlogs over the winter. There's not an awful lot going on the farm, and so we will just do a we'll take a little break over the winter. Might do the odd one, but when we come back in the spring, we should have the barn built and be raring to go again. I want to get some chickens and things in the new year as well. So that will be all go on the farm. And of course, we've got the calving season around then as well. And I've got a little field that I want to convert to our to a cow meadow this year. So we're gonna see if we can take the cows up to there and get them nicely in with that. Now rolling in this should help to make it grow, should increase our yield. So I'm very pleased to have got hold of these. There are a couple of little bits and pieces that we can do to sort of get this barley to grow better than the wheat last year, and this is one of those things. Having to really go down the gears though. Yeah, there we go. That should go fairly well. I've also got my eyes on a weeder. I've been putting the feelers out for a weeder. Our weed situation wasn't great last year. We used a whole load of herbicide on here, and so I'm going for a more natural approach this year. There is a Potinger weeder I think we can get our hands on, so there's that too. I've also been recommended a piece of kit to do a lot of our grass work with, which might be a little bit better than using the old 7610 on. Might handle the hillsides better. So we've put a fields out for that, and I think there's second-hand one coming available. So we're gonna line up, and that should be here next month as well, when we get into cutting the grass for our silage for the year end. So I'm looking forwards to getting that on here too, and trying that out. So as I said, yeah, lots going on the farm before winter is upon us, and we should get some nice updates. I think we're probably gonna have another couple of vlogs before December. So yeah, we'll round the year out with some interesting things happening on the farm, I think. So rolling this field, what we'll do is we'll do a full round of the field like this, going around the main areas. But you can see there are some bits at the edges that are being missed. So what we'll then do is go and do 2 headlands. One of the nice things about this roller is it does allow us for some fairly sharp turns. So we're able to get round and actually not leave too much at the head. But at the same time, it is leaving some messy patches at the headland. So we go round it twice, gives us a nice little bit of headland to work with. And then when we come to cut it and come to work it, the headland is fairly nicely defined for us. It's fairly similar to how we've originally seeded it, but we're just widening the headland just a little bit. It grows. The way it grows is a little bit weird because, of course, how we're rolling the headland isn't the same direction in some places as we've seeded it. So it ends up growing across the actual run of the roller, but that isn't a huge problem. I mean, it doesn't cause a big issue for us at all. Just looking at the fuel gauge, we've got about a quarter of a tank left in this tractor, so we should be all right, I think. Getting the rest of this field done, but lots of comments over the last few vlogs where I've been talking about the age of this tractor and maybe getting something a little bit newer and working with that. And yeah, the thing that's been suggested to me is something that a lot of alpine places on the continent have been using to sort of deal with more mountainous terrain. And we've got a fair amount of hills around this. I mean, you can see the side of this field here. It's got a little bit more horsepower than our current bit of kit has. So this has 97. The bit we're going to be trying out next month has 109, I think. And yeah, it should do the job quite nicely, I think. And we'll have that purely for doing grass work and that side of things. And then we can use this tractor for doing work on the fields like this, and also for running things like the feeding wagon and things like that. So it should be a good mix on the jobs and help to spread the load on this older tractor, a little bit like this tractor came in and spread the load that the David Brown was dealing with. It really does get steep up to the top end of this field. That's quite a bit of struggle the tractor's got on. We're okay once we start going downhill again, but it gets a little bit steep at this side of the field, and when the tractor's having fun pulling a piece of kit like this up the hill, it really does start to be that we have to drop right down on the gears. So down and down, because I want to be careful. I don't want to dig up any of the seeds. So we don't want our wheels to be spinning at all, because that will just make things worse. So we're very careful in these turns to try and make sure that that's not happening. And the same going uphill. We want to try and leave the ground itself as undisturbed as possible before we go and... Oh, come on. Yeah, Mom. See if we can get this going. Yeah, there we are. Right, so here, what I want to do is we want to start going down the headland. We'll go down here, and then we can come back up and have all of our fields nicely rolled, and I think we'll be all right. We're going to have a slightly wider headland this side than the other, but that's not the end of the world. It should all pan out fairly well, I think. Had to drop down into low range of gears in order to actually get up this hill. It's pushing my little 7610 to the limit, this. You can see it. It's struggling up this hill, which is quite something. Doesn't even do this with the trailer normally. So these rollers, you know, weigh quite a bit to get this tractor to be doing that. That's not a misbit. Yeah, we'll be okay going along here. We did a lot tighter turns on this side of the field than we did on the other. So it should be all okay. And we'll make it all the way back down to the bottom and get this and get this all finished, which is quite amazing. I'm very, very pleased this would work. I wasn't originally thinking of doing a vlog for this, but we kind of needed to just show the difference that rolling this field would make. And yeah, it's going quite well. Let's pull this forwards and stop there. We'll lift this up and fold it so that we actually get out of the way. Yeah, and then we're done. Oh, this is the thing about these gates. I need to get this gate to open further. It's got stuck opening to this point recently. And as a result, we're having some trouble getting some of our stuff through. But we're all right. We've got that done. All right, let's go up into the high range and we can just dump this down the side, out of the way. I'm hoping to have a lot more storage space soon. We've got our truck and our combine both need to go into the shed. We've been presented with a few ideas for barns that we're going to be putting in here. So I'm currently contemplating what those are going to be. Also considering putting a lean-to down the side here, if we can fit one in. Yeah, let's stop that there for the moment. So yeah, you can see we had to bring in a bigger skip here to start loading this stuff in. So these should go soon because, of course, they're full of rubbish. This should all be cleared. So, yeah, just piles and piles of rubbish here. Yeah, and this will be moved and cleared. Still on two minds on this shed. I think we could demolish this, have a new lean-to in here, and have it much more useful, and then maybe have some sort of through shed here. So yeah, at the moment it's still a little bit up in the air. We've got sort of a very general planning permission for what we can put in here. So something will fit. We will find something to fit that subs us well in our yard, which I'm very much looking forward to. Now, something I do need to do today is we're going to go and sell some milk off, because we have quite a bit of milk that we need to sell. So I'm going to go and grab my Land Rover, start her up, and I want to turn around. I need to sell this red car I've got outside the house. We don't use it. It was my father's, but he's not using it. He's got something nicer now, and yeah, he kind of left it here. It's not really worth anything. It's really only scrap value, that. And I've got my Land Rover, so might as well take advantage and get rid of it and free some space outside my house. Let's see, can I see through my back window here? Yeah, there we go. Let's get ourselves lined up and slowly back it. Yeah, that should do it. That up. Right, and we'll get this down the side till the milk parlour and get it filled up, and we can take it down to the town and make ourselves some money from our milk today, which will be really good. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Right, let's get this filled up, and then we'll head off. Tanker all filled up. Let's, can I reverse up here? No, I'll go into the, we'll pull forwards a bit. I don't want to hit any of the rubble or anything with this, so got to be careful about where we're reversing. Definitely don't want to hit that JCB. That would not be good at all. There we are. That should do it. Right, and we're down to the same place where we took the wheat earlier in the year, because that is our general place. We take it down and they ship it out from there. So let's head down to Coastal Dairies and get this this milk delivered. I should really explain how the coastal supply stuff here works. So this is a bit of a community hub for us to sell our stuff. There aren't really many grain merchants and other stuff around here, so whenever we're looking to sell stuff, looking to sell our milk and all of that kind of thing, it's here that we bring it to. There are storage sheds here for milk. There's a place here where we can drop off wood to sell. We can sell wool here if you've got sheep on your farm, which a couple of farms around here do. And of course, as we've covered before, in this shed here is where grain is brought from the local farms to be sold as well, and that gets loaded up and taken. You basically you bring it here for storage, and it gets collected and you get paid. So I've unloaded the milk, and that's all done. We will let them know, or actually I already did let them know that we will be that we were doing this. So now that there's milk in the tank, they'll come and collect that, and that'll go and be we'll get the money for that being sold, which is fantastic. It's a really good community way of getting stuff sold around here without any of us having to transport our stuff absolutely miles. It all gets collected together, and the farms do well out of it. There's a certain amount of trust, of course, that's involved in it, because if there wasn't, it would be a bit of a problem. Just wanted to head up here to the top to give you guys a view of the valley. Well, a view of the head. So that is just the most incredible view across here, and you can see at the bottom there another one of those another one of the older houses that existed around here. Yeah, this was never a big estate up here. This was always lots of smaller farms, and now it's still lots of smaller farms. There are just less of them. So I normally do one of those milk deliveries after I've sorted the cows in the morning, and we basically, it's the first thing we do. We go and drop the milk off, so that we can make our money, or that we can get a fresh milk delivery in. It's good to do it that way, because then we don't have milk hanging around the farm for ages, and with our cows, it's not a huge issue to sort of do a small milk delivery like that. Goes fairly well. As you can see, we've got it down to a pretty good, or pretty fine art. Let's get that disconnected, and we'll take this back up to the farm. But I held off today because I realized I hadn't actually done one of the milk deliveries in a vlog so far. So I wanted to go and show you guys what was involved in doing that, so that we could get that documented as well. It is what it is. It's a pretty good little job. Brings in a steady income from the farm on a regular basis, and means that we're in a pretty secure place. Right, if we are going to be doing this next time, I'm going to have to do some compacting still. We're still a way off here, and we're going to be adding a whole load more grass to this in the next couple of weeks. Once our grass on our fields is fully regrown. We're not far off. You can see the stuff on the edges that we didn't cut last time compared to the stuff that's growing in the field. These meadows are coming along very nicely. However, we've not really got much more to do today. We're expecting this rubble to disappear by next time, and things will start taking shape around here. I'm expecting these to get taken, and in fact the JCB might completely have gone by the next time I'm here, or the next time I do one of these vlogs. For now, I'm gonna leave this here though, so all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.